What is going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadski and I'm back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video. And in today's video, this is going to be more of an important video for people who are looking forward to the free legend selection from the High Seas Pirate event. And in this video, I'm going to be kind of just giving you guys my personal opinion on what free legend you should be selecting for that free legend selection. I always get questions on Twitter, Discord, on my stream all the time about, whenever a legend selection comes out, what legend should they pick? And in this video, I'm hopefully going to be answering those questions for you guys that are wondering about that. So let's go ahead and go through the website once again. You can see our current points as of me making this video right now on the 4th of August. We have 34.8 million points. Now, if we go all the way to the bottom here, we can see that at 35 million, we all get a free legend single pull. And we also get the free legend selection available at 40 million. So we are extremely close to the threshold of 40 million points, and we only need to, get to 40 million points within the next day or so, or probably 2 days. So we're most likely going to get it. I don't doubt we're going to get, an extra 5 million points within, 2 days of game time. So we are going to be reaching the threshold, which is awesome. So we get all the rewards given to us of the High Seas Pirate event, and I'm more looking forward to the actual red ticket pool because, you can get any single legend from that. And every single account that does play the game will get access to this. Everyone gets these rewards. All of these rewards are fantastic. And on top of this, we also have been getting single pulls along the way. So, where is it? At 14 million points, we get a single pull. At 18 million, we got a single pull. And 26 million, we got a single pull. Each of these single pulls are gold or better. And I already still have these saved on my account, and once we get given the red ticket, I'll make an additional video giving you guys, the video of what I actually got from these pulls. I have not done them yet, but once we get them all, I'll showcase them all off in a video, and also I'll pick up my free legend selection. So let's get into the more important part about what legend you should be picking. Okay, so the free legends that you are able to choose from, starting from left to right, you have Dex Zora, you have Int Jinbei, Sylar, Dex Corazon, Sabo, Int Fujitora, and Quick Doflamingo. So we have Zora on the left side. Zora is an extremely powerful slasher unit. He actually does have a 6+ as well, and his 6+ is a straight upgrade from his original version. You do not need an original 6-star and also a 6-star plus form. So if we go ahead and just search Zora really quick, or just try and find him, he should be here somewhere. So this is Zora's 6-star form, obviously, and when you get into his 6-star plus form, he is an absolute beast. He's an unconditional 3x attack and 1.5 HP to slashes. He does a lot of AoE damage with his special, and if Zora is the captain and you activate the special, you get 2x attack, and if he is a sub, you get 1.75x attack for slashes, but you also get 2.5 chain lock. 15 turn cooldown. He doesn't have a limit break yet on Global or Japan, but hopefully he does get one soon, because this guy with a limit break could get cooldown reduction, and he also could get some really nice sailor abilities as well. So maybe he could get some really nice sailor abilities that make slasher orbs count beneficial, and that would mean that using him as a sailor would be more beneficial, because you really want to use him as a captain to get the higher boost. But even as a sub, he still provides really great tight boost and chain lock. And in terms of on a driven team specifically, I believe on Global specifically, he is the only driven chain locker that is on Global, so that's actually something to take note of as well. With driven teams, they're more based on, doing chain boosting rather than chain locking. But either way, Zora is probably, in terms of power level, one of the 2 best selections you could choose in the free legend selection. The next unit is going to be Jinbei. So Jinbei is this unit right here, and he only just recently got his 6-star plus on Global a couple of days ago, and his 6-star plus makes him extremely powerful. So Jinbei is kind of like the fighter version of Zora's captain ability, 3x attack, 1.5 health, but he also reduces damage taken by 7% for fighter characters, so he's quite nice. He does also get a limit break later on. I don't think he has it on Global yet, but he does get one later on. Restore Special Rewind is actually quite useful. And his special ability actually lowers in cooldown through his Limit Break as well, which is quite nice. But he also gets low in cooldown just from Super Evolving. He gets 2-turn reduction from the Super Evolution, and he does a lot of AoE damage, 60 times attack and into all damage, to all enemies, my bad, and changes Fighter Orbs into matching, which is great, and also reduces Rainbow Shield and Blue Shield buffs by 5 turns on the enemy. So not only does he provide really good orb manipulation for your fighter teams, but he also allows you to do some utility in removing some really annoying debuffs on the enemy. So if you guys are planning to run fighter teams, or you know, trying to conserve your fighter crews, or conserve gems for like V2 Sanji or V2 Gear 4, all of those characters, this guy's going to be great for those type of teams, just providing so much utility and usefulness just to fighter teams just in general. Is he one of the better ones to pick? He's not too bad. If he's like one of the only ones you are missing, he's not a bad selection, but there definitely are better ones out there. The next one on the list is going to be Sylar, another unit that literally just got his 6+ on Global, and Sylar's quite fantastic. So this is his original 6-star version, and his 6-star version is okay, but his 6-star plus version, they just take it to a whole nother level. So this unit is quite good because his captain ability is probably the best captain ability out of all of the legend selections you could possibly choose from. He boosts 2 separate classes, Slashes and Free Spirit, by 2.5, and then when you hit 3 perfects, it's a 3.5 boost, and then the last perfect, if you hit all perfects, is going to be a 4 times attack boost, and also he recovers 1000 HP at the end of each turn. So with double lore and, you know, auto healing, that's 3000 recovery, or even just 1 lore and auto heal, 2000 recovery at the end of each turn is pretty nice. You know, it allows you to, you know, add more survivability to your team. But the great thing about this is because he is a free spirit and a slasher captain, you can run him in so many other different teams. Specifically Free Spirit, because, you know, we just had Luffy Ace release on Global, and if you guys were unlucky enough not to pull him, then this is a great counterpart to run as your own friend captain with a friend, Luffy and Ace. And as we mentioned, he's a slasher captain as well, so you can run him as a slasher captain along with a friend V2 Fuji, Treasure Mare Mihawk, 6+ Zora. There's lots of good options for this guy as a captain, but additionally to this, his special ability is quite insane. So it makes damage and health cutting specials of all characters bypass enemy buffs and barriers. This is quite good if you are using slasher teams in general, because slashers usually have a lot of health cuts, so you can use this special ability and allow your slasher health cuts to bypass enemy barriers. But this is great because it's not even just for slashers or free spirit, this is all characters will be able to do this. And specifically one team that utilizes this character a lot is Neptune. So if you guys run Neptune teams for Fortnites and stuff, this guy's quite good because you can allow your Neptune specials to bypass barriers, which is all health cuts or large AoE damage. And also the fact that just himself, once he allows those damage and health cutting specials to bypass barriers, he does damage that bypasses barriers as well, and that's like insane amounts of damage. I think it's like upwards of like 200,000 damage of side damage to one enemy, and also reduces cooldown of all characters by 1 turn. And when you max limit break him and super evolve him, 8 turn cooldown. For what he does, yeah, this is the best possible character that you can pick from this legend selection. But if you've already got him, then obviously you want to be choosing someone else, and that's why we're making this video, so you guys can understand what these characters do and what you should be picking. The next character here is going to be Corazon. Now Corazon is the weakest, like hands down, he is the weakest character out of this legend selection, and honestly in my personal opinion he probably is the worst legend in the game right now. His captain ability is borderline useless, especially with characters like Shirahoshi that we have now. Shirahoshi is just so much better in every single way in comparison to this character. However, his special ability is quite nice, giving you some pretty decent recovery and also bind and despair reduction by 3 turns. Like, that's not too bad, but the thing is, this kind of special ability is something you'd see on a regular rare recruit character. In terms of a legend, he's pretty bad, and I wouldn't suggest picking this character up unless he is literally the only character you do not have out of this legend selection. That is the only time you should be picking up this character. If you're missing Corazon and one other character from this list, pick the other character. Trust me, because Corazon, you're never really going to use him, and he's definitely the worst of the batch. Next character on the list is going to be Sabo. Sabo, quite an old school legend, and his 6-star version is quite bad in comparison to what we have now, but remember, he does super evolve into the 6-star plus version, and he's quite nice. So he is a free spirit unit, a free spirit centric unit, and he is actually quite good right now considering that we are entering into a meta with lots of free spirit characters. So once again, very similar to Sylar, is that he is a free spirit captain. He only just boosts free spirit though, 2.75 as well as 1.2 HP and recovery to free spirit. A lot of people forget about the 1.2 HP and recovery. That's actually quite nice. You know, that adds a pretty decent amount of recovery. So whenever you're picking up a meat orb, you actually are healing a pretty sizable amount. And he just got his limit break on global, and it makes him insane. The fact that he makes int orbs beneficial for free spirit characters when he is a Sylar unit on your crew, it's so goddamn useful. But the thing is if he is like your only free spirit captain, your only good free spirit captain, you won't get access to this really powerful limit break Sylar ability, which is quite bad. But his special ability is good as well. Multi-stage special, 1.75 attack to free spirit units, and then if you hit 4 perfects, you get 2 times attack in the following turn to free spirit. So yeah, once again, this is a really powerful unit. However, if you already have, you know, Sylar, there isn't much use to having this character, but he probably is the best free spirit type booster in the entire game. So I would pick him up if you guys have characters like Luffy, Ace, or Sylar already, and you are missing that last really good type booster. Sabo might be a really good pickup for you guys. Or if you have like lots of really good free spirit subs, like if you have like the entire Luffy Ace batch, and you really need a good captain, Sabo might be something good for that, but in my opinion, Sylar 6+, in terms of his captain ability, is far superior to Sabo. There's no need to get Sabo if you already have Sylar as a captain, but as a sub, Sabo is so powerful for free spirit teams, and that's the only reason you should be picking up this character, is if you already have a pretty good free spirit team, but you need a really good type booster, Sabo is going to be your best bet. Next character here is going to be Isho, Fujitora, version 1 of course. So this is a driven character, and he's actually been out on global for a while. He still does not have a 6+ on Japan yet, and that's definitely one of the big downsides to this character, is that he used to be so goddamn good, but he's definitely well power crept now. He is a 3 times driven booster if they have a matching orb, but if they don't have a matching orb, they only get 1.5 times attack. He also gives them 1.5 HP, so they are quite tanky. And also he makes tandem and recovery beneficial to driven, so you do get a little bit more options in getting matching orbs for your team. And the great thing about driven in particular is with the Doflamingo batch, if you guys remember, when you limit break those characters, they gain Sylar abilities that treat certain orbs as beneficial to your driven characters. And this is actually not too bad, because you can run a team with Isho as your captain with a friend version 2 Doflamingo and have like the Doflamingo batch, and you can get a full board of orbs every single turn, meaning that he will be always a 3 times captain with 1.5 times health. In that sort of instance, he's actually very, very good. His special ability is a health cutting special. It does a 20% health cut and then a 20% health cut at the end of the turn for every 3 turns. It's not the best, honestly. You're not really going to be using his special ability that much, but the fact that his captain ability is only 3 times, it's not that strong in comparison to what we have right now on global. So the fact that he gives you a little bit of health cutting, it enables you to deal more damage without actually attacking. You can just activate the special ability and cut off a lot of health from the enemy with the special. But just as of right now, I wouldn't pick up this character if you are still missing some of the other good characters on this list that we've already gone through. However, if you do have the entire Doflamingo version 2 batch, he might not be a bad pickup, especially if you are missing someone like V2 Doflamingo, because he is a really good partner for him when you do have the entire batch. But in that sort of situation, that is the only time I would pick up this Fujitora. If you are missing like Sylar or the Zora character, then I really wouldn't be picking up this Fujitora at all. Now the last unit for the free legend selection is going to be Quick Doflamingo. So Quick Doflamingo is a unit that used to be one of the best units in the game in terms of sub usability, but as of right now, he is definitely power correct because there are so many different teams now that already have access to their own 2x orb booster, so they don't really need a character like this. You know, people used to run Doflamingo on teams where he wasn't even boosted just because of how powerful of a special it was. Adjacent orbs matching as well as a 2x orb boost, which still to this day isn't a terrible special ability, it's just not really needed as much anymore. Now, on the Japanese version of the game, he doesn't have a 6+ yet, so we are expecting him to get one soon enough, which would make his abilities like pretty broken, but at this current time period, he does not have one yet. But let's just go through him really quick. He's a 3x driven captain, but you have to hit perfects. If you don't hit a perfect, you will lose your entire damage for the rest of that turn. So that's definitely a very big drawback. He's a high risk, low reward character as of right now. 3x attack isn't really that great. V1 Fujitora is still a better captain just because of how many different ways you have to get matching orbs now. So there's no reason to really run this guy as a captain. His special ability, as we mentioned, adjacent orbs matching a 2x orb boost, a really great special ability, but once again, he really needs a 6+ to just iron out some of those really bad things that he has. I think with a 6+ he could get quite good, you know, maybe an unconditional 3x boost as well as some other effect, and they could definitely do something really broken with his special ability. But as of right now, you don't really need him that much, so I would say if you, like, there's no really reason to pick up V1 Doflamingo anymore. Honestly, I really wouldn't suggest picking him up because, as I mentioned, there's so many different teams now that already have ways to get 2x orb boost, so I really wouldn't suggest picking him up. So now let's actually go through what would I suggest to you guys. So, as I mentioned a little bit briefly before, Zora and Law. Those two in particular are the best two out of this bunch, I would say, in my personal opinion. I think that Law is the best one, and Zora is the second best here. Now, if you already have those two characters, who else is really good to pick up? Sabo and Jinbei, I would say, are the next two best ones, and you could probably put V1 Fujitora in that batch as well. And then the two worst ones that you don't really need to have, I would say, are Corazon and Doflamingo. You don't really need them, honestly. I really wouldn't suggest picking them up. But remember, it's all based on what characters you have. So at the very top, Law and Zora. Definitely pick one of those two up, and if you guys don't have either one of those two, Law is the best one. Zora is still really, really strong, but in my opinion, I think Law is better. Then you got Jinbei, and you also have Sabo. Those two are also very, very good characters. And then maybe Fujitora. If Fujitora is in between, like, the worst one and, like, in that batch with Sabo and Jinbei. And then at the bottom, Corazon, Doflamingo, pretty lame. But that's been my whole overview of each of these characters and my personal opinions on which ones are the best ones to pick up. So hopefully you guys did enjoy this, and hopefully you finally made up your mind about what free legend you want to pick up. So make sure to pick up the right one. Obviously, some people do mess up, and make sure to not delete the mail or anything like that. Make sure to actually get the mail, pick up your free legend, and then have fun with it. So hopefully you guys did enjoy this video, and if you guys did enjoy it, make sure to smack the like button down below. And if you want to stay up to date with all the content I post, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. But other than that, guys, I'll see you guys within the next video.